Ladies and gentlemen, gather round, because I've got a tale that will make your hair stand on end. We're talking about a gripping mystery that has stumped investigators and left the family in agony for years. We're diving deep into the case of Daniela Vian, a single mother who disappeared without a trace after celebrating the purchase of her very first car. But this isn't your run-of-the-mill missing persons case. No. This one has more twists and turns than a roller coaster, and just when you think you've got it all figured out, another clue emerges to throw you off course. So buckle up, my friends, and get ready for a ride you won't soon forget. Picture this: Daniela Vian, a spunky and vivacious single mother, finally scraped together enough cash to buy her very first car. She was over the moon with excitement as she picked up her shiny new ride. But little did she know that this joyous occasion would be her last hurrah. That's right, folks, Daniela disappeared without a trace after that fateful day, until a whole year later when her car was dredged up from a murky creek in Alabama. Did she meet with a tragic accident or was foul play involved? This gal was a hardworking mama bear who would do anything for her cub, and at just 25 years old, she was the life of the party, always making new friends wherever she went. What could have possibly happened to her? It's a mystery that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Alright, party people, gather round. It's time to hear about Daniela's big night out on the town. This fierce lady had been scrimping and saving every penny until she finally had enough cash to splurge on a sweet ride, a 2014 Chevy Cruze. Naturally, she had to celebrate this momentous occasion with some of her closest pals, so they hit up the Heroes Sport Bar and Grill. One of Daniela's buds was even working there, so it was the perfect spot to kick back and enjoy the MLB All-Star Game. But the night was just getting started. Two more amigos, Denson and Mallory, showed up to join the fun. Daniela didn't know Denson very well, but she was happy to make new friends. The party was in full swing, and Daniela was having a blast chatting with friends, texting up a storm, and scrolling through Facebook on her phone. She was having so much fun that before she knew it, it was already 10:05 p.m., and she had to say her goodbyes and head home. Little did she know that this would be the last time anyone would see her. What happened after she left the Heroes parking lot? Where did she go? It's a mystery that's got us all on the edge of our seats. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this story just took a spooky turn. After Daniela's wild night out, things got awfully quiet. In fact, it was like she vanished into thin air. Her family figured she must have lost her phone, which is why they couldn't get a hold of her. But after 3 days of radio silence, her pals started to worry. They tried everything, calling, texting, and even sending smoke signals, but they still couldn't reach her. So they did what any good friends would do: they filed a missing persons report on July 20th, 2018. But wait, it gets even weirder. See, before Daniela disappeared, she had made arrangements for two of her buddies to take full custody of her daughter. She needed some time to sort out her life, so this plan had been in place for months, and she was totally on board with it. But when the court date finally rolled around on July 24th, 2018, Daniela was a no-show. That's right, a whole week had gone by since anyone had seen or heard from her. Something ain't right here, folks. We've got a real mystery on our hands. Ladies and gents, get ready for a major plot twist. After a year of dead ends, false leads, and wild goose chases, the case of Daniela's disappearance took a dark turn. Even though there was no hard evidence of foul play, the cops handed her case over to the homicide unit on July 25th, 2018. The situation was starting to look pretty grim, but Daniela's family wasn't about to give up hope. They held annual vigils to honor her memory and never stopped searching for answers. And then, over a year later, something bizarre happened. A police sergeant who was out mapping areas for diving training in Saraland, Alabama, made a shocking discovery. His sonar equipment picked up something strange, a 20 to 30-foot area that needed further investigation. What could it be? Well, you're not gonna believe it, folks, but the dive team recovered Daniela's beloved Chevy Cruze from the murky depths of Bayou Sara Creek on May 2nd, 2019. And that's not all. Law enforcement held a press conference to announce that they had also found Daniela's remains in the car. The whole town was stunned. What happened to this vibrant young woman? Why was her car at the bottom of a creek? It's a tragic mystery that will haunt us all. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this case just got even more puzzling. The preliminary autopsy and toxicology results were a total bust. They didn't offer any clues as to what happened to poor Daniela. At first, it seemed like a straightforward accident. The condition of the car suggested that it had gone off the road and into the water. But then, investigators found evidence that made their hair stand on end. It turns out that Daniela was still alive when her car hit the water. They could tell from the way certain parts of the car had been tampered with. But that's not the only mystery. Oh no, there's more. When they recovered the car from the park, they found some seriously bizarre stuff going on. Daniela was slumped over in the driver's seat with no seatbelt on. The keys were in the ignition, but the car wasn't running. The emergency brake was engaged, the doors were locked, and the rear driver's side window was rolled down about 2 inches. What does it all mean, you ask? Well, that's the million-dollar question. Was Daniela trying to escape from someone? Was she trying to hurt herself? Did something go horribly wrong? The investigation is still ongoing, but one thing's for sure, this case is a real head-scratcher. And that, my dear friends, is where our tale must end for now. The mystery of what happened to Daniela Vian remains unsolved, but the determination of her family and friends to seek justice never wavers. One can only hope that someday the truth will finally come to light and bring closure to those who loved her. But until then, we'll keep digging, keep searching, and keep the memory of Daniela alive. Who knows what other twists and turns this case might take? So stay tuned, my fellow mystery lovers, because the saga of Daniela Vian is far from over.